Hi, John from Peace Options again, and today we're talking a stream of consciousness about the process of making your journey of self-alignment, of knowing yourself and being able to bring forth what is at your core into your life. And I know this is the process that most of us talk about in terms of manifestation, but most of the time manifestation discussions revolve around creating what you want. In other words, trying to fulfill your desires. And in this situation, it's not always about your desires that are bringing you the kind of activity that you're hoping for, or the kind of results that you hope for. In the situation of trying to know yourself and bring forth these inner aspects, it requires that you first address all of the things within you that are blocking the flow of those energies. We'll call them your soulful energies or spiritual energies are coming forth. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking in the other room, and you can see some of my boxes in the background here, so excuse my mess. But I do want to get some of these thoughts across to you here, and hopefully that make your efforts to understand some things in your life might make it a little easier for you. Anyway, back to the issue at hand, which is the process of trying to manifest your life. Manifesting your life really is obviously controlled by the intention, but the intention is not always focused upon the desires or your effort to create or do something in the world. That intention is most controlled by what are the needs of your soul for this lifetime, and what is it that you set for yourself as the direction that is going to best allow those needs to be addressed. And the things that you use as your desires are like carrots that are dangled in front of you that keep you moving forward, that keep you trying to accomplish something in your life. But what they really are methods by which we are using to create the circumstances for our own growth, for our own self-exploration, and to address and give us the choices that we need in order to balance our inner energies and to begin to allow more and more of this inner energy, the spiritual energy, to flow into our outer world. In my particular situation, the intention by which I have been acting for the last probably 10 or dozen years has been to know myself and allow myself to move closer and closer toward the integration of those inner and outer aspects. But in doing so, setting this intention has in effect put me in odds with the outer intention of my mind, or my ego as some people would put it, to create my desires, to manifest the things that I want, and particularly the aspects I want. I've been working toward have been the taking forth of this message in a manner that would allow it to replace the income and lifestyle that I used to enjoy as practicing law. And while ostensibly I'm still a lawyer, with my turn toward this inner process, the outer energies of practicing law were withdrawn, and so the events and practices and clientele that were necessary to do all of that and generate that income and generate the activities for those clients have been severely depressed because my attention's devoted elsewhere. And if you looked at the various blogs and writing and speaking that I've been doing over the years, and you would understand where there's been a great deal of attention that's had to be focused in these areas and trying to help people through the struggles that they're having moving forward on the path of their own inner awakening and contribution, whatever their piece is that this life is intended to apply to the collective consciousness. In my own situation, being at odds, it has created within me a energetic spiral that has caused me to go deeper and deeper into myself, and at times deeper and deeper into exploring those aspects of the darkness within me that are part of me. I am not trying to eradicate them or need to eradicate them, but I need to understand them and bring light to them and accept them as being part of me. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to look at the things in yourself that say, hey, I'm not the person that I thought I was. I'm not the success in the areas that I wish to be that allow me to go forward. Uh, because, frankly, it's a situation of potential self-judgment. And judgment is hard enough when it's on somebody else. When it's directed toward yourself, it's brutal. But anyway, if you find yourself in a situation where you, like I have, where you're going into these moments of frustration of purpose, in other words, what your intention of doing, what the purpose that you set for yourself is not manifesting, it creates a cycle of energy that has to be overcome. But until it is, that frustration of purpose begins to repress your energetic levels from being at a high level to taking you deeper and deeper into the darkness. And you may find yourself moving down, lower and lower along the energetic or emotional cycle into emotional states that attract the very conditions that perpetuate the things that cause the frustration. In my situation, it's been a whole series of health issues, not to mention the areas that have kept me from going forward or having my message accepted. And particularly my message that I've been bringing forth has been one that has been probably not resonating with where people are at this particular time. I recognize that I am bringing forth a message that is designed for where I know that they will be, or where I hope that they will be, and to move them forward from there, as opposed to where they are at the moment. And this has been one of my own difficulty of getting that energetic handshake. And again, that part of my efforts is what I am trying to develop, this ability to shift out of where I am or what I want to bring forward and shift into where people are. And that is part of my mess, my own path, my own development. But I hope you understand, in terms of what you're going through in your life, what you may be experiencing in your life, is that when you set your intention to attain your desires, whether it's by force of will or whether it's by any of the myriad other tools that are out there, it is important for you to recognize that you have already set in motion a reality that is going to bring you the experiences you need. And so the challenge for you is, how do you deal with the reality you have in a way that is going to allow you to get the most from that experience and still move forward to create what you want. Over the next few days, weeks, or months, I will try to share with you more ideas on how I've done this and how you might approach this for yourself, and to let you know how some of these things might play out in your life so you can be better able to deal with them as they do occur, or should they occur. But for now, I would just ask that you try to see yourself as that expression of this spiritual energy within you, this soulful source that is enervating and giving life to you, and that is setting into motion this reality that's coming to you as your life. And to see yourself as being not only the creator of that experience, but the one who has to weather that storm. And sometimes in the storms it's going to be calm seas and sunny days. And other times the waves are going to be high and they can be threatening to sink your ship. So however it is that you're experiencing life, or whatever it's bringing you at the moment, just realize that it's the process of how you deal with this that is going to determine whether you stay within it for a longer period of time or move beyond it to the next set of experiences to move you toward that ultimate fulfillment of your intention. And that is the intention of your soul, not the intention of the ego for the life that you have. If your ego has a life to create, it desires to create certain aspects of their life, or to avoid certain fears, whether by force of will upon others or some other method, you will be self-perpetuating the outer world and all the things that we are creating that are so troubling right now for the rest of our world. But as those of you who are moving more along the inner path and the inner awakening and expression of these inner energies, realize that you are not simply by reason of your awakening going to magically transform your life. You are simply going to give you another perspective on the things that are happening, and a tool by which to begin to change or adapt to what happens in a different way. Thank you for listening to me today and joining me. My name is John Denison, and again, I am you can find me at peaceoptions.com or at my own name site at johndenison.com. I invite you to join me and to come in, and perhaps we can have one of our conversations live online one of these days. In any event, I wish you luck on your journey. Godspeed.